So in this video we're going to talk about how to add products to your online store with AirSquare. So we'll go to website and choose products from the drop down menu. So it should automatically open on the products tab unless you've been using one of the other tabs. You'll find the products at the top. And if you want to do a search for all the products that you have, you just click search. Now we will have added 5 example products for you to start with, just to show you what a shop can look like. So we'll view that website now. If you go to products page, you can see those example products there. And it was really just to give you an idea of what you can achieve with AirSquare. So we'll go back to the products in the editor, and we can select all those really easily and delete. Like so. So it gives you a clean slate to add your own products. Okay, so I'm going to add a test product for you. Now just to go through, first of all, you can import products in bulk. We recommend, if you're going to do that, that you will import them by category. So you might want to do it in bunches so that you can categorize them as you go. Otherwise you'd have to go through and categorize all your products after you import them. So if you click on import products, if you have an Excel file or an XML file, you can use either of those. If you click on Excel, you'll see that you get some help that opens up. So it tells you what the first row of the spreadsheet needs to have. So these field names need to be included. You don't have to include them all. The only one that's absolutely required is a title, but anything else that is appropriate for your products you'll need to include. You can download an example here, and if I click on that, you can see I can then open up an example file which shows you what you need to do. There, so you would just choose the file on your computer that you have once you've edited it and matched it up to these field names, and then import your products that way. I'm not going to go through that completely with you today, so I'll just go back. Okay, so we're just going to go through manually adding the product one at a time. So we're going to call this product jacket. Does this product have any variation? So if this product has variations of size and colour, you would tick yes here. Just going through to the next line, which is going to disappear because I'm going to choose yes here. But is this product downloadable? So you can sell downloadable products on AirSquare, and there's more information about that in our help documents. So you can have, you know, a PDF, an ebook. There's a wee bit of help written there about that. So we're going to choose yes, because my jacket does have variations of size and colour. And I'm just going to put short summary there. That's where you'd write a quick little introduction, maybe a sentence or two long about the product. And this is where you would write the full description. So I'm just going to write full description goes here, so you'll be able to see it in my example. And I might just put 2 lines in, because usually that will be a wee bit longer. Okay, and obviously you can format that the way you usually would, put in a heading, whatever you like. You can do a link. You can also add a badge. Now, you'd have to have created those first of all, so you can actually go up here in the left hand menu and create a badge like new product or special offer or sale item. And if you had already created those, you could select one there, but you haven't created any yet. You can also upload a YouTube video. This is a new feature that we've added. So it's supposed to be very good for marketing and search engine optimization if you want people to be able to see a product in use. Here you add the price of the product. Now if you're going to have sub-products for this particular product, so if my jacket comes in different sizes and I want to charge a different price for each size, I'll leave this blank. But if I want to have the same price for any of the variations of my product, I can put a price in here. So I'm going to put $150 in there. There's 2 boxes here. This is where you would put the sell price, and if the product is on sale, you might want to put the recommended retail price in here so people can see they're getting a bargain. We can actually do that just so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so my jacket's on sale. You have the option to add missing price text, which we don't need. You can choose price visibility. You don't really need to do that unless you want to wholesale and you don't want certain people to see the prices. You can also add shipping measurements. Now, if you are going to ship the item based on its weight and dimensions, you would need to add weight and dimensions for each product. We're not going to do that. I'm going to ship my item by price, so I'm going to leave these blank. And click next. So here's where you add the variations. So my jacket comes in 3 different sizes. Comes in a 10, a 12 and a 14. I'm going to click add this variation. So you can add as many different variations as the product has. My jacket also has another colour variation. Comes in brown and black. So you can see I'm entering each one separated by a comma as in the guidelines written above the box there. So we'll add that one too. And that's all the variations my jacket has, so I'm going to click next. And here you can see, so some sub-products are created. So as we combine the different variations, so size and colour combine to create a sub-product. So size 10 brown in the jacket is one sub-product, size 10 in a black is another sub-product. If any of these don't exist, for example, if my jacket doesn't come in a size 14 black, you can just untick any of these boxes. You can also add a SKU code for the product if that's appropriate for your store. And if I hadn't added a price and each one of my variations, or sorry, each one of my sub-products had a different price, this is where I could add them in. But please note, if you have added a price to the product, then that product price will override any of the sub-product prices. So basically, if you want to add prices to your sub-products, like you want these to have individual prices, don't add a price to the overall product. You can decide whether they're in store or online or both, and you can also add in how many items of stock each one has if you're going to use our stock control. So you have that option there. So I'm going to go next. So here's where it comes in handy if you've already gone and added your categories and your tags before you've added your products. So you can see now I have these available and I can click that I want to add it to the main catalogue and I want to add it to the jackets category. It's also an Armani jacket, so I'm going to tick this tag for it as well, just in case anyone wants to search for that brand. I'm going to click next. And this is where I can add an image for the product. So I've got one image. You can add as many as you like, and you can add a description. So you might put in women's Armani jacket and just click start. And you can do multiple images at one time. So I could have 3 images uploading here and just press start upload and they would all upload. So we go next. I'm going to have the product published, but you can decide if you don't want to publish it yet, if it's not ready. You can also click published, but then give it a published date if I don't want it to be available until my sale starts on the weekend or something like that. I can choose a date in the future. I can also choose a date to expire the product where it will be removed from the website if it's a product that's only available for a limited time. You can also give the product a weighting if you want it to appear in a certain order. So we'll click save and finish. So you can see a new product that I've added appears in the table. I can hover over the image and see that. I can see how many sub-products, so how many different variations in size and colour combine to make the sub-products. I've got 6. I can see how many times it's being viewed. I've got options to edit it, and you can see if you click on more that I can edit all the sub-products. I can add images. I can add related products. So if you just click on that for a second, you can see that you can relate products together. Just click on add related product. You can edit the variation, so if I wanted to add a new size or a new colour, just bear in mind if you do that you need to go and recreate all your sub-products again. That's very important. So basically if I add a new variation, like say it comes in a different length, or if I want to add a different attribute, like it comes in a different color, then I will have to recreate all my subproducts again. You can preview the item, and you can also share it on your social media channels. And there's also a link here just to quickly delete the item if that's appropriate. If you click on edit, I'll just show you the edit screen for the product. You can see the type tab is first. If you're using types, we can talk about that later. You can see the categories and tags if you want to edit those, images. Subproducts will show you all the subproducts that have been created, how many are in stock, what their status is, and you can add an image to each of the subproducts. That's quite useful if, for example, I wanted to show a picture of the brown jacket for the brown one, picture of the black jacket, etc. So it can be quite nice to add an image to each one of these subproducts. I can add stock to each one there, or I could delete it. This is where your variations are, so if I want to add a variation, I've got the opportunity to do that. Or if I wanted to add an attribute to a variation. So for size, I have got 3 attributes, 10, 12 and 14. Say I wanted to add a new one, I'm going to add size 16. I add that one. So you can see that's added again there. If I go back to my subproducts, then I'll have to add a new subproduct to add in that size 16 that I've just added. So I'll just add that quickly. Add a new subproduct, and you can see that's coming up there for me, and I've got the opportunity to put in the price. I'll add those in, and that'll be added to the list. And again, the related products, I talked about that briefly. So that's adding in the products one by one. I'll just show you what it looks like on the website. So you can see I've clicked on products, and you can see it comes up in the jackets tab, and I click on that. And I wanted to show you what the sale price would look like. So you can see I've added in there. This is where the short summary would appear. I can click on this. So you can see I've got options. I can hover on zoom, I can click to enlarge and view the item in detail. It's not a really big image I've used. And you can see the full description will go there. We've got the price, and then you can choose your size and then choose your colour and add it to the cart using the add to cart button. You can see down here you've got the product share buttons, which you can take away, and I'm just going to show you some of the product settings so you know how to edit those. Okay, so if you go down, so we're in website, we've chosen products. You can see in the left hand menu there's settings down at the bottom. If you click on that, you can edit your stock notification email address, so you can decide if you want to be notified when stock is low. You can decide whether you want to show that search box on the website. If you want to show the sorting options, like sort by price or size, you can untick those and that will disappear. You don't have to have an image zoom. So all these little settings are quite handy. This is quite important. It's whether you want the products to be laid out in a list or a grid. People often choose grid, but sometimes a list is more appropriate for your product. And this is also very important, the listing image size. So you can choose to show your products in a certain light. So portrait might work better, you might want them cropped or not cropped to fit. So it's a good idea to try a couple of different ideas there. You can also do natural, so it will upload just whatever size of image you've added. That can look a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but again, it's good to try a few options. You can decide what the default sort order is, so whether the products are automatically added by their weighting that you've given them, by highest price, lowest price, whatever. You can select a default category, so for mine it's just going to be catalogue, so it's going to default to the main catalogue, but you can decide whether it just defaults to dresses or whatever. And you can add a size guide page, so you can decide what that's going to be there if you want someone to have some help with their size selections. So just click update settings to save. So that gives you a bit of an idea how you would add your products in AirSquare. You can actually search for products that you've added and filter them by category. If I only wanted to search for jackets, I can search like that, or if I only want to search for Gucci stuff, if I only want to search for products that's got low stock, I can use those filters there. So I hope that gives you, the other thing just to mention is you can do some bulk things with your products. So you can actually bulk delete products just by selecting them if you had a big long list, or you can change them to a different category or add them to a different tag. So that's quite handy for when you're sorting out your shop and you want to add loads of things to a certain category at once. So that gives you a quick introduction to adding products to your store in AirSquare. You will find some extra help as well if you need it at airsquare.com/support. So it's worth looking at our help documents for a wee bit of extra troubleshooting and problem solving. Thanks for watching.